What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raise.
With The Kissing Booth 3 just around the corner, we wanted to take a look back on the first two movies and reflect on everything that has happened. But we couldn't help but notice all those bloopers that have happened while the cast were filming the scenes. So we decided to show you some of the funniest bloopers and compare them to the real scenes. Keep watching, because here are the Kissing Booth bloopers versus the real scene.
Okay, remember, leave it to me this time, all right? And no jokes.
Okay, you got it, boss.
The burger scene. Throughout both of the movies, we can see Elle and Lee eating and sharing a burger. In real life, both Joey King and Joel Courtney are super close and actually don't mind sharing their food with each other. In one particular scene, we can see Elle and Lee on their first day of school, sitting and chatting about what people do on the first day as they both eat burgers. You should be familiar with the scene if you've seen the movies by now, but what you haven't seen is the bloopers and all the takes it took in order to film this scene. King and Courtney had trouble staying calm and focused, so they constantly burst in laughter while filming the scene. Each take they had to eat burgers, so after a couple of takes, Joey King got a big sick from all of the food. In a blooper video, we can see Joey filming as she says that she is so full and can't do the scene anymore. After a lot of burgers and a few takes, they finally managed to keep a straight face and go through the scene, but the results were that both actors were so full they just couldn't move. But hey, at the end of the day, we got one pretty hilarious blooper and a scene as well.
Love it.
I'm so full.
Dance moves. The Kissing Booth is all about dance moves. Every other scene we can see Elle and Lee rocking it in the arcade and holding the highest record. Well, up until the second movie when MVP got the highest score. So when the competition came and Lee couldn't perform with Elle, she had to find someone just as good to dance with her. And of course, Marco was the choice. With the incredible dance routine and some steamy moments between them, the entire scene looked incredible. But behind the scenes, things were a bit harder than they looked on screen. Both of the actors spent a good amount of time trying to perfect the dance since they had to film it all in one go.
This is hard! I'm tired!
After multiple tries and a lot of complaining and tears by Joey King, we can see a little behind-the-scene blooper from the actual dance they did at the arcade. Unfortunately, we only got to see the most perfect dance routine that made it to the movie, and not the ones that included a lot of laughter, forgotten dance moves, and even the occasional falls. But when you film two movies in which you have to dance, you'll manage to perfect your dance moves eventually, right?
I'm chasing the clues you left me, that you might still join me.
Motorbike scare. The handsome Jacob Elordi is known in the movies as Lee's older brother Noah and Elle's love interest, but he is also known for riding his bike everywhere. Now, a fun fact was that Elordi actually didn't know how to ride a bike before the movie, but he was committed to learn how so they could have to use green screen background or a stunt double. Even though he was good enough to ride it in the movies, there were a few moments when he was even scared when riding the bike, one of which was actually caught on camera. As Elle and Noah are riding on the highway, in one blooper we can see another bike passing by them and Elordi getting scared by the noise it makes. Typically, he doesn't seem like the guy that would get easily scared by such a thing, but we guess it caught him off guard since he was the only one to flinch while Joey King didn't even blink. This is probably the only scene where he got scared by such a thing, since we have seen him do much wilder things on his bike than passing by another bike. It was definitely a very funny blooper, but eventually it was made into a great ending scene.
You know what you want.
Burger problems. The burger problems just can't come to an end when it comes to Joey King. Not only did she have problems with her burgers in the scene we previously mentioned in the first movie, she somehow managed to find herself in a similar situation in the second movie as well. In a scene where Elle and Lee are in the arcade, Elle is playing a game as Lee stands beside her eating a burger. She asks him to hand her the burger so she could take a bite since her hands aren't free. The scene in the movie went smoothly, but behind the scenes there were a few problems. When they tried filming this scene, King went to take a bite of the burger, but she took a bigger bite than she expected. We can see her taking a bite and a slice of tomato starts hanging from her mouth. Joey starts to laugh, but this only forces her to retake the scene to make it perfect. Luckily, Joel managed to rearrange the burger so that he wouldn't have the same problem again. Just like in the movies, Joel showed us that in real life he is the best friend we all want to have, with him helping Joey, not having to retake the scene multiple times. Joey King's clumsiness. Joey King is an overall funny and clumsy person. She was known as the prankster around the set, making sure everyone around her had a good laugh. Well, with her being the way she is, it would only make it that much funnier to film scenes with her. The occasional falls, slips, and burps make her who she is. While Elle is also clumsy, Joey has managed to rise above her and steal the scene as she fell multiple times while filming. In one scene in particular, we can see her walking around the room as she trips and almost falls. While the scene doesn't require her to fall, she still almost did it. In another blooper scene where Elle, Lee, and Rachel try on costumes, we can see her walking around showing off her costume as she suddenly slips and falls. And let's not talk about the multiple times she has managed to fool around on set, even if she wasn't supposed to be serious in the scene. But how can we be mad at her? Even with all of the falls, she has managed to bring us a great amount of bloopers and laughs, and even got some of them to go in the movie. Working out. When Marco appeared in the second movie of The Kissing Booth, we saw everyone talking about him as he was the new handsome guy in the school. We also saw Elle practically drooling over him when she saw him working out. When no one was supposed to hear all of her words, they still did, and so did Marco, but let's go back a bit to the working out video that Elle was looking at. In that video, we can see Marco shirtless working out, and you may think this scene wouldn't be a problem to film, but for him, it was one big obstacle. Why, you may ask? Well, even though he looks like the guy that works out almost every day, the problem with the scene was the exercising device that was used. When the actor went to use it, in one attempt it got stuck and ended up pushing him back. Now, we don't think this guy would not be able to do one simple exercise given his physique, so it must be the device, right? Either way, the scene ended up looking pretty alright if you ask us. And it might be one of the most watched scenes in the movie, beside the Marco and Elle's kiss.
These are kilograms, right?
On a related note, we wanted to know, what is your favorite blooper from The Kissing Booth? Let us know in the comment section below. If you'd like to see more amazing videos such as this one, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.